If you're planning to buy a home, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a mortgage loan officer, you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to detail all of the capabilities of the Zillow app within ChatGPT. If you didn't know, OpenAI started integrating some of the apps that we know and love into the ChatGPT platform so that we can just use natural human speech and in a conversational style. And again, if you're a real estate professional, you want to know this because your prospective clients are using these tools. And if you're someone that's just looking for a home, you definitely want to leverage these tools because perhaps the real estate agent or the broker you're working with is trying to stuff something down your throat and you want to see, hey, does it really make sense? Is what they're telling me really the best thing for me? You can converse with Zillow within ChatGPT and it gives you some really helpful insights. So without further ado, let's dive in and let me show you exactly everything that Zillow can do within the ChatGPT platform. Let's go. So if you don't already have the Zillow app connected to your ChatGPT, I'll show you how to do that now. First things first, I'm using the ChatGPT Plus version. I pay about $20 a month. And what you're going to want to do is on the left-hand side, you're going to see a lot of options. If you don't, you simply open the sidebar like that, and then you will click on More. Then you're going to hover over the Apps icon. You'll select Apps. And now from here, you can simply scroll down until you see Zillow. If you're not seeing it for some reason, just use the search bar, type in Zillow. Once you do that, you'll select Zillow. And then over here on the right-hand side, you will see the connect option. You'll click that. Then you need to read through this and then click connect once more. And Zillow is now connected to your ChatGPT. So now when you select a new chat, you can now hit the plus icon and then you can hover over more and you should see the apps that you have successfully connected to your ChatGPT. We'll select Zillow, and now you can see that we're not just in thinking mode, but in Zillow as well. By the way, I highly recommend that you use thinking mode rather than instant when using these LLMs, because it will take that extra time to do the due diligence, to think through answers, to do the research prior to giving you the desired result. And I think you'll be happier with it than if it's spitting things out in just simply instant mode. So select thinking and then add Zillow. And now for our prompt, we can do something conversational, such as show me homes for sale in Ridgewood, New Jersey, under $1.5 million with 3+ bedrooms and a garage. Now, Ridgewood, New Jersey is a very highly sought after town in North Jersey. And then I will simply hit the send prompt icon to send it through. And take a look at what happens here. So what it's going to do is it's going to figure out exactly the parameters to set for the search on Zillow. And then it will output a very helpful map that will have all of the homes on sale for the criteria that I specified. And you could see them down here. Now, I will point out it's a little bit tricky to slide through, but the best way to see all of these homes that are options here is, first of all, you can just select one. So if you're interested in seeing the $1.3 million home, you just select it and it will open up the $1.3 million home. You can use this just like Zillow, where you can slide through the different photos. You can then see on the left-hand side all of the different houses that they offered. So now if you want to see this $840,000 option, you can slide through the photos here as well. If you're curious about the criteria it used, you could see the current filters that ChatGPT automatically put into Zillow in order to derive these results. And again, I want to point out that if at any point you're trying to see all of the other options, best way to do it is to just select any one of the houses. And on the left-hand side, you will see all of the options that it curated for you. Now, if you want to ask a follow-up question, you can just do something like, can you only show me the home options that are within 25-minute walking distance of the train station? Again, this is the beauty of using Zillow integrated into ChatGPT versus just using the Zillow platform, which I pulled up right here. First of all, you have to have an account on Zillow in order to use Zillow. However, on ChatGPT, you do not need an actual account in order to go ahead and navigate the Zillow app on there. But something else to point out is I had to fill out all these filters, right? The exact amount, how many bedrooms, how many baths, the property type. Under more filters, I have to go and seek out where the garage option is, and it's not always easy to find all of these. So I see it right here, must have a garage, right? I could click apply. The more clicks that you have to do, the less likely and the less motivated the person is to do it because it's more work. So this is the beauty of doing something on ChatGPT where you can just have a conversation with it. Now look at how helpful this is. It actually narrowed down the options to just 2 homes that it considers to be within 25-minute walking distance from the Ridgewood train station. And I did put this into Google Maps just now and confirm that in fact both of these are within 25 minutes walking distance, which is great. Again, if I'm just using the Zillow app, there's no way for me to do it on here to ask for the criteria of having it be within a certain distance from a high school or a train station or Whole Foods or whatever it may be. I can also ask for things like don't have it be within 3-minute driving distance from a local highway. So now I wanted to test out if you give it certain preferences as far as neighborhoods, how well will it perform when it comes to showing you desirable neighborhood discovery for where you want to live or retire or rent? So in this example, and remember to have it on thinking mode and also add Zillow as the app underneath before you send the prompt through, I asked for, I'm looking to retire in North Jersey. I want a town where there is no high school and is very bike friendly with a lot of parks and places to walk around. I am a biker and walking enthusiast. Please make sure there are some bike trails. Also, choose towns with very low crime rates, please. I'll go ahead and send it through. So this response is pretty much perfect. I know all of these towns very well. I believe they don't have a high school. They're all very safe towns. They have plenty of parks, plenty of biking trails, and everything is relatively walkable. This is pretty amazing. This is a very high quality output, and I think it would help anyone that's a first-time buyer, maybe not used to the area, be able to do this research. This is something that you would need to consult a very experienced real estate agent in the area in order to acquire this knowledge or do extensive research online that would take you many hours, if not days. And it did it in merely seconds. So let's now take a look at how well it performs as far as figuring out the affordability. So what can you actually own depending on some of your financial metrics? So here I asked the basic question. What can I afford with $160,000 in total household income, $75,000 down, and a credit score of 710 and $2,000 in monthly debts in Bergen County, New Jersey? Now, Bergen County is a very affluent area, so let's see what it says and if there are even houses that are available. I know it sounds ridiculous, but with $160,000 total household income, you'd probably be surprised as far as what you can afford. So now it shows us a buyability calculator that it's providing, and here we can actually drag this lower or increase it depending on our comfortable spending limit per month as it pertains to the actual house. And if you scroll down here, you'll see that it gives us some helpful insights. So it says, based on that estimate, you're roughly in this range. Comfortable target is about $378,000 home price, and the upper limit is about $588,000 home price. This is kind of scary to think about because if you had $75,000 in the bank and you made $160,000 per year in income, you can still only afford a house that's about $377,000. Buying a house in New Jersey, like regardless where you are, unless it's a very impoverished area, for under $400,000, you're probably going to get a pretty beat up house. And it's kind of sad how difficult it has become to be a homeowner in a place like New Jersey. And again, I want to point out that I could sit here for 2 hours asking follow-up questions and having a really helpful conversation here and grabbing so many valuable insights. For example, I can ask it questions about payment planning. I could say, what would the monthly payments be on a $550,000 home with 20% down in New Jersey? Here you could see it's giving us some information and it's receiving an app response right from Zillow. And it says about $3,855 per month in New Jersey for a $550,000 home with 20% down. That would be $110,000. And it's giving you the estimated breakdown of principal and interest, property taxes. And also it's showing us here that it's giving us the details on a 30-year fixed mortgage, and it's showing you the total loan amount based on the credit score, the rate, which you could approximately get. But also you can do something for a 20-year fixed mortgage or a 15-year fixed mortgage. There are so many different types of mortgages that you can get. And again, you can converse with it. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can actually ask questions. Hey, explain this type of mortgage to me. What are the pros and cons of doing a 15-year versus a 30-year? How much am I actually saving over the long run? Again, if you're a real estate professional, you need to understand how these tools work anyways, because a lot of your prospective clients are going to be using them for research. And when you give them certain recommendations and suggestions, you better bet that they're going to go right back to these AI tools to go and double check that what you're telling them is actually accurate, and you're not just trying them to take some sort of deal that's not in their best interest. So if you're using this tool in some way that I haven't mentioned, please let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious to learn on how you're leveraging these AI tools. If you wish for me to create a tutorial on any other topic in AI, please also mention that as well. I'm going to be creating a lot of content in the coming months. I also have a baby on the way, so I'm going to be home much more often than I used to be. And this is going to be a way that I could stay educated on top of all the latest and greatest that AI is offering, while also helping some of you out with some of the questions you may have. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video in its entirety, and hopefully I'll see most of you in the next one.